BFTB, best fight the best. You know, am I going to stop shitting on AJ for the rest of this week? Nope. No, I'm still going to shit on him. I'm not stopping for the rest of this week. He's going to feel every piece of this shit. And he's lucky this is only just 1 week. For as much as the bullshit that this motherfucker and his crew of flunkies were doing to Deontay for the past 4 fucking years. So he's getting a week versus 4 years. And he better be lucky. But at this moment, I want to talk about something that people are choosing not to talk about because it's convenient. Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is the one that initiated this whole shit. Eddie Hearn is the one that started this whole rigmarole. Eddie Hearn is the one that started all of this UK-US beef, this UK-US hate. Eddie Hearn is the one that's supposed to be the most powerful promoter. Eddie Hearn is the one that's supposed to be the one that's making all these great fights and one trying to make the fights and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. Eddie Hearn has the transatlantic deal. Matchroom USA, the face was Eddie Hearn. It wasn't Anthony Joshua. It was Eddie Hearn. So now that Anthony Joshua gets his ass whipped, all of a sudden now they want to start pushing it to Anthony Joshua. Oh, well, you know, it was Anthony Joshua, his cup, his mouthpiece, his food poisoning. There was a smell of the Knicks in the dressing room, and that's what did it. You know, it was Drake. Drake did it. You know, he just met with Meek Mills, you know, and Meek was in prison for a little bit, so that probably rubbed off on him. You know, stop it. Stop all the excuses, bro. Oh, he had a concussion. He was knocked out in sparring, and his concussion didn't heal up yet. He wasn't over his concussion. You get cleared by a doctor. A doctor clears you to fight. A doctor clears you. You get a medical exam. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, Ruiz is on PEDs. Look at his waist. His shorts are baggy. So that just says he's on PEDs. Like, cut the... Man, look. Eddie Hearn is the one that did this. Eddie Hearn. Us real fans all knew that Anthony Joshua was going to get knocked the fuck out. Actual boxing fans. We knew Anthony Joshua was going to get knocked out by Deontay Wilder. It was inevitable. Inevitable. The only thing that we didn't know was the round. That's all we didn't know. Whether it was going to be the first, second, third, or fourth. But nobody predicted it. Anybody that knows boxing, any legitimate hardcore fan that knows boxing, was not picking Anthony Joshua to beat Deontay Wilder at all. People that, you know, that have some emotional tie to his physique or the aura of 90,000 at Wembley or whatever weird ass shit. Actual people that fight. Bro, nah. Nobody was picking Anthony Joshua. We all knew that Joshua was going to get destroyed. We knew this. Eddie Hearn was trying to milk this. Deontay Wilder said this. Come here, Annabelle. You just want to milk Annabelle. You're going to milk and milk and milk. Well, the milk's gone bad. You got a bad batch. You grabbed the bad teat, you squirted that motherfucker, and some Mexican milk came out. Some cilantro and cheese dropped in the batter of milk. Hey, man, that's on y'all. That's on y'all. You could have fought Deontay Wilder. You was going to get knocked out. Everybody knew you was going to get knocked out. Even Eddie Hearn knew he was going to get knocked out. This is such a massive risk. This is probably the highest risk of Joshua's career ever. Those are his words. Those are Eddie Hearn's words. No, we're going to build this to this. You tried to squeak in one more fight, maybe 2. You tried to squeak them in. You tried to squeak in those fights. You could have just did a 50-50 fight in Vegas. What you could have did. 50-50, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua in Vegas. Biggest fight in heavyweight division. Ever. The biggest fight in the heavyweight division ever. The outcome was already sealed. Listen, the outcome was done. Anthony Joshua was getting knocked the fuck out. Just how devastating he was going to get knocked out was the thing. The outcome was done. He was getting knocked the fuck out. That was written. We didn't have to worry about that. Didn't have to worry about that. What you was worried about is squeezing the last cent. You saw one more penny that you can squeeze out of Anthony Joshua. You saw one more penny. Let me just squeeze one more time. The milk ran, it was dry. The teats were dry. There was nothing coming out. It was just air. But you felt you can get one more squeeze. Let me squeeze one more time. And let me pull out a few more pennies. And then we'll go back in and worry about that. A few more pennies. And nobody wants to talk about this. They want to put the blame squarely at Anthony Joshua's feet. And don't worry, I'm going to go back in on Pup Pup. That's going to happen. That's going to happen, dude. That's going to happen. To this day, that's going to happen. But right now, I'm talking about slave trader Eddie Hearn. Slave trader Eddie Hearn. Bob. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that motherfucker. This the guy. Deontay Wilder gets knocked out in 3 rounds. It's levels. You know, it's mud. It's mud. It's mud. The 50 million, you know, the 50 million, it's not real. It's a good PR stunt. Oh, I just want to see proof of funds. That's all I want to see is proof of funds. Well, they didn't show me proof of funds. We didn't ask for proof of funds. We never asked. We never asked for proof of funds. Listen, if he beats Tyson Fury in devastating fashion, and it does 1 million pay-per-views, 1 million, then we'll think about Deontay Wilder getting 50-50. We'll think about it. If it does less than that, if it does 500,000, then Deontay needs to take 40%. If it does under 300,000, then he needs to take 20%. But I don't even think the fight's going to happen. But how soon we forget about this? Do we just blow it off? Oh, it's okay because Eddie lies, so it's okay. He's a promoter. All promoters lie. All promoters. Even Shelly Finkel lies. Well, what has Shelly Finkel lied about? Well, look, let's just not talk about that, yeah? Let's just talk about something else, yeah? Let's, what about the 120 million, yeah? Bro, that shit is done. That shit is done. Eddie Hearn screwed Anthony Joshua. Eddie Hearn screwed... Even GQ was coming out talking about, look, bro, if you can't make the big fights happen, then maybe it's time to let somebody else do it. Even GQ. Everybody was coming out saying the same shit. Listen, bro, as much as you motherfuckers want to act like Deontay Wilder ain't worth this and Deontay Wilder ain't worth that and he's not worth this and he needs to take whatever Anthony Joshua offers. He needs to bow down and do whatever Joshua offers. Whatever the fuck you clowns was talking about. You fucked yourself. You fucked yourself. All these weird ass niggas talking, oh well, Deontay Wilder lost to... He lost to... How? Oh, Deontay Wilder... He lost out on a bunch of money, too. He lost out on a bunch, too. It wasn't just Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder lost out on a bunch of money, too. Oh, look at all the money Deontay Wilder lost out on. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. Clowns, you fucking clout-chasing clowns. Oh, he lost out on so much money, too. Deontay lost out on... come on, fam. Come on, fam. You're being biased. What about all the money Deontay Wilder lost out on? Well, whose fault is that? That's Joshua's fault. That's Eddie Hearn's fault. The fuck are you talking about? Those are the pussies that wouldn't do a 50-50 split. The fuck are you talking about? Come on, fam. What about the money that Wilder lost out on? What, the 15 million flat? That... He made more than that against Dominic Breazeale. Since you clown, yuck mouth looking niggas is always in somebody's fucking pockets. Huh? He made more than that against Dominic Breazeale. So what fucking money are you fucking pocket-watching dick riders talking about? Eddie Hearn fucked this up. Eddie Hearn is the worst promoter. Bro, this motherfucker destroyed the biggest fight in heavyweight boxing. Destroyed it. He could have easily accepted the 50-50 behind the scenes. He could have saved face. He didn't have to go into public. Oh, 50-50. Oh, this guy, when he's saying 50-50, saying shit like this just makes me think this guy doesn't even want the fight. He doesn't even want it. Who asked for 50-50? Who? Joseph Parker. Well, we forgot about that though, right? We forgot that Joseph Parker said 50-50. We forgot that, right? Don't even want to talk about that, right? We forgot that motherfucking Tyson Fury said 60-40 in his favor. And you guys were still willing to negotiate. We forgot about that, right? We forgot about that. Don't want to talk about that. But just Deontay Wilder. No, Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn fucked this up. Eddie Hearn did not want this fight. Eddie Hearn was trying to milk Anthony Joshua for everything that Anthony Joshua could provide. Point blank and period. Oh, I'm just going to milk him. I'm pretty sure I can squeeze a little bit more out. I'm pretty sure there's a little bit more I can squeeze out of Anthony Joshua. Now you want to talk about the gum shield. You want to talk about the groin protector. You want to talk about his sparring and him being... What wasn't he not? Didn't Daniel Dubois drop him? Daniel Dubois dropped Anthony Joshua. David Price knocked him out. But didn't he fucking fight Vladimir Klitschko? Didn't he fight Povetkin? Didn't he fight Takam? Didn't he fight Breazeale, Molina, all these other motherfuckers? Didn't he fight them? No, Andy Ruiz is just better. Don't try to tell me, oh, well, it took so long to recover. Daniel Dubois knocked him out. He got knocked out in sparring before. This ain't the first time. This ain't the first time he's been knocked out in sparring. Even if that did or didn't happen, this is not the first time. Not the first time. So you can miss me with all that bullshit. Eddie Hearn did not want this fight. Eddie Hearn was trying to milk Anthony Joshua for a little bit more. He tried to cherry pick Andy Ruiz, milking Anthony Joshua for a little bit more, and Andy Ruiz put hands and feet on that man and whipped his ass. Plain and simple. But we need to cut it out thinking that Andy Ruiz is going to beat Deontay Wilder. We need to just cut that shit out. Stop it. Stop it. Oscar De La Hoya was out here talking about... Stop it, dude. Stop. Stop. You're going to get this man hurt. And if that's the case, if you know what, I'm not even going to go into it because I got it on another video. Bro, just stop. 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 This is about Eddie Hearn not wanting this fight yet. Or if he did, then it would have never been a motherfucking Jarrell Miller in the first place. It would have never been an Andy Ruiz or a Luis Ortiz at all. It would have been Deontay Wilder and Deontay Wilder only. They could have went behind closed doors. They did not have to get in the media. And if they were in the media, they could have said, yeah, we're negotiating. They could have did a 50-50 split, no problem. No problem. They could have told the media whatever they wanted to tell them. Oh, yeah, well, Deontay Wilder agreed to, you know, he finally came to his senses. It was no fantasy offers. He didn't have to say that. He could have just said he finally came to his senses. You know, we've reached a deal. And the fight is in April 13th. Or the fight is in Madison Square Garden. Or whatever. The fight's in Vegas. Whatever. He could have said whatever he wanted to say. Negotiate behind closed doors. He could have, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder could have agreed to 50-50 behind closed doors. Eddie Hearn could have came out saying whatever the fuck he wanted to say, whatever lie he wanted to spin. But the biggest fight in boxing would have happened. Two undefeated heavyweight champions. For undisputed. In the highest grossing heavyweight fight in boxing history. The outcome we already knew. But at least the fight would have been made. Now it'll be made in the future if Joshua ever fights again. If Lil Pup Pup fights again, it'll be made in the future, but the luster is gone. Now more people, the casuals, are going to be like, oh yeah, Deontay Wilder knocks him out. So the luster is gone. The money won't be the same. Nothing will. The allure is gone. It's all and these yuck mouth pussy ass niggas is like, what about the money Wilder lost? Well, what about it? What about it? What about it? It wasn't his doing that he lost the money. Clowns. Fucking weirdos. Y'all motherfuckers might as well just take y'all channels down. Just take that shit down. Because you're not about boxing. You're not. You're about dick riding. And now you have no dick to ride. So now you're about hating. Just take y'all shit down. Dicking icons. Shitman TV. All these fucking weird ass US channels. Y'all might as well just take y'all shit down. Just, you're not about boxing. Fucking cheerleaders. Pussy ass, weird ass cheerleaders. Dumbass niggas. Yeah. Well, I was listening to this guy YB. I like how he sounds. Oh yeah? Well, listen to how he sounds yesterday, you fucking faggot. Listen to that. He got destroyed. His own friends destroyed him. Eddie Hearn is trash. He's the worst promoter of the planet. He tried to milk Anthony Joshua and got shitted on. A cherry pick gone wrong. Andy Ruiz whipped that boy's ass. And if Anthony Joshua tries to fight him again, it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. Dude's exposed. And fucking Eddie Hearn coming out talking about, oh yeah, well, Big Josh is relieved. He looks so relieved. He doesn't have the weight on his shoulder now. It was so much pressure. He's relieved now. Well, if it's so much pressure and he's relieved, weren't you motherfuckers talking about people coming to the UK in front of 90,000, and Big Josh is so used to it now. He's so used to big arenas with so many people, and if he goes to the US, he wants to fight somewhere like Texas Stadium where it can fit 100,000 because that's what he's used to. I recall this. Eddie Hearn, UK dick riders, American cheerleading pussy ass niggas. I recall this. Oh, he's so used to fighting for the 90,000. He's so used to it. But now all of a sudden, he's relieved because he doesn't have the pressure now. So what's more pressure? Fighting in front of what? 18,000, 16,000, or 90,000? In your home crowd of 90,000. What's more pressure? The fuck out of here. Eddie Hearn fucked Anthony Joshua. Maybe literally. But I know he screwed his ass in the fight game. I know that. I know Eddie Hearn screwed Lil Pup Pup. Because this fight should have been Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. That's what it should have been. The outcome was already sealed. But that's what the fight should have been. Shouldn't have been Andy Ruiz. Fucking clowns. BFTB. Shout out to the LDBC. And I'm out.